Singer for Star Playhouse presents Dick Powell, Charles Boyer, David Niven, Ida Lupino.
It was the morning of the day after it happened. An ordinary morning, dawning on ordinary people. People like you, Dan Jennings, your wife, Grace, and in the other room, your son, Todd, fast asleep, dreaming those dreams reserved exclusively for boys of his age. When you have a job like yours, Dan, mechanic in a garage, you get up long before the rest of the family. You go through the morning ritual automatically, even though you know this day will be different from any day you've ever lived. You pick up the morning paper, reposing, as usual, in the neighbor's yard. And then you see it, exactly where you put it the night before. Welcome home, our hero, Dan Jennings, inventor of the world's greatest carburetor. Signed, your son, Todd. This is what your son, Todd, thinks. But the truth is that the world's greatest carburetor is a dismal failure. That's what your boss told you yesterday, in no uncertain terms. Still, you bring it back into the house as a symbol of defeat. A carburetor that will set nothing in motion except your own flight to failure. It's not an easy decision to make, to run out on your wife and child, even though she's got a job and can support herself and the boy. But when all you've got left is their belief in you, you're not going to stick around to see it destroyed. Todd's notebook, the essay he'd been working on the night before. The greatest man in the world, George Washington. This is one Dan wouldn't be around to see finished. An old suitcase would go along with him toward a destination known as anywhere. Dan wasn't particular about where he was headed. He just had to get away. Suits, of course, and shirts and ties are never enough to pack. A man always has to include a few dreams. Pictures help in the long, lonely nights ahead. That's the theory, anyway. And now Dan prepared himself for the toughest part of his decision. Maybe he couldn't have said goodbye if they'd been awake.
George, I'm here.
Oh.
Morning, Johnny.
And about time, too. Did you guys ever get here on time?
Good morning to you two and drop dead.
Oh, I love you.
Dan, is that your bag in the back of the car?
Yeah, I'll get it out later.
Oh, that's all right. Well, how come? You going someplace?
I got news for you. I'm gonna get fired today.
Fired? The boss might eat you out again, but he won't fire you.
Yeah? When he eats me out, I'm gonna let him have it, right between the eyes.
You mean you want to get fired?
Sure. If I get fired, I get 2 weeks' pay. If I quit, I get nothing.
What's the matter? You sore because the old man didn't like your carburetor?
Well, it's not only that. It's a lot of things. Give me a hand with this, will you? Maybe he's right about the carburetor. It's like all my great inventions. It's no good.
Fired. Dan, you've got a family.
Well, all right. Grace makes as much money as I do. He'll get along all right without me, maybe better.
I don't get you. What are you going to do?
No, I don't know. Go away someplace, start all over again, then if I amount to anything, Grace and Todd still want me back, I'll forget it.
That's a lot of malarkey. You're not going to do anything of the kind. I got a great big picture of you letting the boss have it between the eyes. He'd break in, too.
Yeah? Stick around.
Back at the Jennings house, the rest of the family awakened, unaware that Dan was leaving them. Todd's day began with the usual frantic hunt for the alarm clock. And then, as with most small boys, important things first. And what's the most important thing to a small boy? Baseball. After that, trivial details.
Todd? Yeah, Mom? Be sure to give your face a good scrubbing. I already did, Mom. That's a good boy. And make yourself a good breakfast. Okay, Mom.
How can you eat in a catcher's mitt?
Gosh, Mom, it isn't a catcher's mitt. It's a third baseman's glove.
No. Well, take it off. Why have you got your uniform on?
Today's a big game. We're going to practice. I sure wish you and Dad could come.
Well, we'd like to, dear, but we have to work. You finish your homework?
What?
Now, you have to do that homework before you can go out to play. Oh, honey, what kind of a breakfast is that?
It's all right. I'll write that thing while I eat.
Who'd you finally decide was the greatest man in the world?
George Washington. Only I might change it to Al Rosen.
Who?
Al Rosen. He's the third baseman for the Indians.
I think you better stick to George Washington.
Dad see my sign yet?
Yes, he saw it, and he liked it. But, Todd, I wouldn't say anything to him about the carburetor. The deal isn't quite set yet.
Oh?
Now, you go on and finish your story. And you take your time and do a good job, huh?
Okay. Greatest and most beautiful house in the world, Mount Vernon. This isn't generally known, but George Washington also was the father of his country. Father of Todd Jennings, my father, an inventor like Thomas Edison. I remember the day I just had gotten on my baseball suit. I was wearing it for the first time, and I was fixing my radio.
Hi, son.
Hi. Guess you saw the game.
Sure, I saw the game.
I didn't know you were there.
Oh, I was there, all right. Say, that was a long ball you hit in the fourth. And, brother, you was robbed.
Yeah.
I never saw the diamond in such bad shape. That ball sure took some crazy bounces in it.
The ball went right between my legs. I kept my eye on it, just like you said. but it went right between my legs.
Well, that's nothing. Even Rosen boots one occasionally.
He doesn't make 3 errors in one game.
Well, I bet he did when he was a kid your age.
Jackie didn't boot any when they put him in. Pop, why can't I catch him? I try.
Well, maybe you try too hard. What you need to do is relax. You gotta be looser. Now, all you lack is confidence. You just make up your mind you're gonna get that ball, and you won't miss a one of them.
Gosh, how can you be confident if you're afraid you're gonna miss him?
Well, that'll come. You'll get better right along.
You don't have to say that, Dad. I don't deserve it.
Now, don't be silly. What's the use of having a son if you can't talk man to man? You see, it's the little mistakes that give you the confidence that you need. A pat on the back, knowing that somebody believes in you. And I believe in you, son. You're gonna be the best third baseman in the league.
Oh, Papa, you're just saying that. You don't really believe it.
I don't, huh? I suppose that's why I bought you this.
Oh, gee, Pop, it's a real professional glove.
Certainly is. Just like Rosen's. I told him to give me one exactly like it.
Oh, gee, thanks, Dad. I gotta go show Bill. Pop, I'll be the best third baseman in the league.
You sure will. Wait a minute. Show this to Bill. I had it signed for you.
Oh, gee, thanks, Pop. Greatest man in the world is my father. My father has invented a wonderful carburettor. It will be the greatest invention ever put on a car, and they will probably make my father vice president of the company.
How are you getting along, Todd?
I'm all through now. I don't need this till tomorrow anyway.
Oh.
Can I go to practice now?
Oh, I guess so. When your dad forgot his lunch pail, will you take it by the garage?
Sure.
Did you write about Washington?
No, somebody better. Read it if you want to.
Well, I haven't got time, but I'm sure it's wonderful.
Can I have a drink of water?
Sure, go ahead.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Where are you going?
No, I just want a drink of water.
Come on in here now. I want to talk to you.
I didn't do nothing. What's eating you anyway? I just want a drink of water. That's free, isn't it?
You know, I was just coming over to get that wrench.
What wrench? What do you mean? Suppose you're gonna call the cops.
Why, you got something else?
Well, no. I didn't have time.
You hungry?
Sure. Ain't everybody?
You sure are. I've got a boy just your age, and he's always hungry. Now, here. That ought to help fill you up.
Thanks.
Now, look, fella. This is never going to happen again, is it?
No, sir.
Good.
You got a kid, huh?
You certainly have. And he's a baseball player. He's the best third baseman in the league.
It must be all right having an old man who goes around carrying his picture in your pocket.
Where's your dad, son?
I don't know. Thanks. I'm sure glad you called me son.
Jennings! Jennings! Where's he disappeared to now? Oh, there you are. Now, just what were you doing back there? Inventing, I suppose. Don't you know this job has to be out by noon?
All right, I'll get it out. I'm sorry.
Your job is to fix the cars. Put them back like they were. Nobody asked you to improve them. If you'd spend more time on the job you're being paid for, you'd be better off. The company knows how to make carburetors. They don't have to ask you. If they need improving, they can improve them.
You said all that before, Nicholson. Let's forget it.
The name is Mr. Nicholson. Well?
Okay, Mr. Nicholson.
I know why you're laying down on the job, you know. I know what you're up to. You want me to fire you.
Oh, you know that, huh?
Well, I'm not going to do it. And it's not because I don't want to give you the 2 weeks' pay either. I'd probably be better off if I did. No. I'm thinking of your family. Now, what is your wife and kid gonna do if you run out on them?
All right. I said I'm sorry, didn't I? I'll get back to my work.
That's better. But this is only for your own good. There's nothing personal in this, Jennings. You could be the best mechanic around here if you'd only stick to your job. Oh, now where are you going?
I forgot my wrench.
Oh, that's just great. He forgot his wrench. All right, the rest of you, stop gawking. Somebody's got to work around here.
Sorry, Dan. I only told the old man for your own good.
You see this wrench?
Oh, wait a minute, Dan. Don't get sore.
No, I'm not sorry, George. No, I'm grateful. So grateful I could get down on my knees. I'm going to keep this wrench always. Just to remind me what could happen when a father lets his son down.
Todd hung around outside where his father worked. With a terrible bitterness, he had seen the boss, Mr. Nicholson, drive away. And now he saw him come back.
Dan, where you going?
Going out to eat. I forgot my lunch pail. Hi. What are you doing, Todd?
Nothing, Pop. Honest.
You didn't take anything from that car, did you?
Gee whiz, no, Pop.
Then what were you doing?
I don't know. Nothing.
What's the matter? What happened?
Nothing's happened to me, Pop. Honest. I gotta go practice.
Wait a minute. Look, I'll tell you what we'll do. Suppose you and I have lunch together later. Talk it all over, okay?
I'm not hungry.
Now, look, Todd. A while ago, I saw a little boy take something from the garage, and that's the reason that... Well, I'm sorry I misunderstood.
I don't want to talk now.
Well, why don't you want to talk?
Well, I guess it's just something that you can't do anything about. You don't understand.
Well, if you don't tell me, how can I understand? Now, you and I have got to stick together. I want to help you. But you've got to help me. How about it?
Can I go now?
Yes, you can go.
Todd wandered up one street and down another, dazed by an emotion he found it difficult to understand. A small boy's first heartbreak.
I don't know what I'll do.
This is Miss Blodgett speaking. No, not Bludgett. Oh, skip it. Oh, hello, Todd. Todd, where are you going? Todd, you...
When I promise a delivery, I get it out on time, and I expect
Mr.
people who
Nicholson,
do
I'll
business
attack
with
you.
me to do
You
the
can't
same
treat my
thing.
father that way.
You're in the wrong place, boy. Out that way.
Mr. Nicholson, I want to talk to you.
What did you say? No, not you.
You can't treat my father that way.
Who's your father? What? Oh, no. I'll call you back. And I'm surrounded by a pack of lunatics. Now, who are you and what are you trying... You're Jennings' kid.
Yes, sir. And you can't treat my father that way. He's the best mechanic you've had, and you're lucky to have him. Your old garage couldn't get along without him. And another thing, he's a great inventor. He's a genius. And if you don't do something about that carburetor, someone else will. And they'll make lots of money. And another thing I'd like to tell you.
This is the end, the absolute and final end. The whole world's gone mad. Miss Blodgett.
Yes, sir. Did you call, sir?
Yes, I called, sir. Get him out of here. Wait. Did your father send you in here?
No, he didn't. And you shout too much.
Get Jennings in here. We'll settle this thing once and for all. Well, get him.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mr. Jennings. Mr. Jennings.
What's the matter?
Mr. Nicholson wants to see you in his private office. Right now.
Why?
Oh, he's in an awful mood. Oh, come on, Mr. Jennings, please.
Okay. Relax, Miss Blodgett. Todd, what are you doing here?
I always give my employees a chance to explain. Explain!
Explain what?
I suppose you didn't send this kid in here.
I told you he didn't. He didn't even know.
Of all the low tricks, I suppose you thought you'd appeal to my sentimental side. You can't treat my father like this. He's the best mechanic you had. Your garage couldn't get along without him. He's a genius. If you don't buy that carburetor, you'll be sorry. Is your whole family mad? I put up with your daydreaming, and now I've got the brat, too. Now, let me tell you...
Just a minute. You've said enough. In fact, you've said too much.
Don't you tell me what to do.
I'll tell you what to do. And furthermore, you listen to me. Maybe you had a right to bawl me out this morning. Maybe I had it coming. But you have no right to speak to my son like that. If he wants to come in and talk to you, that's his business, but you got no right to bully him.
This is my garage.
And this is my son. And I wouldn't trade my son for 100 of your garages. And you can't bully him, and you can't call him a brat, and I demand an apology.
Yeah. Let's not lose our heads about this. Maybe I did get a little mad, but I had a right to. Maybe I didn't mean everything I said, but... Now, you look here, Jennings.
Mr. Jennings.
What?
You heard me.
All right, Mr. Jennings. Such a lot of fuss over little details.
Apologize.
Well, you know I didn't mean that, boy. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
My son is playing in a crucial ball game today. He's playing third base. And I'm going out and watch him. And another thing. That carburetor of mine is good. Better than any they have. Now that I'm leaving here, I'm going to take it to the factory and they're going to buy it.
Oh, no. Wait a minute. Just because you got sore, there's no reason for you to quit. So maybe I'll send you to the factory.
What do you mean, maybe?
All right. So I will send you to the factory. What more do you want, my blood?
I'll talk it over with you Monday. Not your blood, the carburetor. Come on, champ. Let's go to the ball game.
Dan, that bag of yours is still in the back of my car. If you want me to, I'll drop it off at your house.
Well, it's not too much trouble.
Trouble? No trouble at all.
Let's go, champ.
Say, Todd, about that story you wrote. You finish it?
Yep.
Well, you wrote about the wrong fella.
No, I didn't, Pop.
Well, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. When you grow up, you're going to be the greatest man in the world.